Hey everybody, it's Liz and I'm here to share with you my latest project. As you can see from the image in front of you, it is a printer's tray, and I decided to alter a printer's tray to commemorate my recent wedding anniversary. I celebrated my 8th wedding anniversary on April 23rd, so yes, unfortunately it is a little bit late. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out, although this wasn't the intended look. When I started doing my printer's tray, it was really supposed to be a gift for my husband. Unfortunately I didn't get it done in time, but it started to take a turn to the more feminine side, so it ended up being a really feminine printer's tray. And it was kind of funny because, I told him that, and he said, well, is it for me or is it for you? I said, it's for both of us, so there you go. But, of course, it's probably going to be on display, for me, but hey, it's the thought that counts, right? So anyways, this is my printer's tray, you guys, and I am quite happy with the way that it turned out. The papers that I used are by Prima. It's from the new paper line called Something Blue, which is meant for, weddings and that sort of thing. But it's got a lot of beautiful colors, a lot of beautiful papers with roses and really nice vintage images as well. And I really like the soft look of the colors. There's a lot of pink and tan and a little bit of turquoise, so I really like that color combination, and that's what I decided to do for my printer's tray. Now, the printer's tray I purchased at Hobby Lobby, and it was already white, and it already had a little bit of distressing on all the edges, so it was perfect. I didn't have to do anything to that. All I did was I adhered my papers down to each of the little compartments. And then once I did that, I would just went ahead and decorated each compartment at a time. I knew some of them I wanted to have pictures for my wedding, of course. And I did change all those pictures to a sepia color so that it would better coordinate with the papers. My wedding colors, I guess, were lavender and sage and ivory, so it would not have matched with the colors of the printer tray, the paper that I selected, so I did have to change that. But I love the way it came out. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off the tripod and bring it closer so I can walk you through each of the compartments and what I did. It was a lot of work. As you can see, there's a lot going on. Some of the compartments have a lot more stuff than others, but it was still quite a bit of work. That's why, unfortunately, I did not get to finish it on time for my anniversary. But hey, better late than never, right? So let's see, let me take this off. It might shake a little bit, so I apologize for that, but okay, here we go. I'm just going to bring you closer. We're going to start from the top and then move our way down. Okay, so for this compartment here, like I said, I did start off with the vintage Something Blue collection by Prima. It's a really, really pretty collection, you guys. So I adhered my paper on there, and then what I did, I just took a second strip of, you can see that on top, from the paper collection, and I used my Martha Stewart punch on one of the edges, and I wanted kind of like a little canopy type of look, at the top, so I have that adhered down on there. Of course, this print tray is going to have a ton of flowers. You guys know how much I love flowers, and most of the, 90% of the flowers were colored. I had to, do different colors from Lindy Stamking to coordinate with the paper. The only ones that weren't colored were these pink ones here. They were already pink and they're for my stash. But everything else I colored using different inks from Lindy Stamking. But anyways, back to this little compartment. So basically what I did here is I layered this really pretty trim that I had in my stash. And it's actually a fairly large trim. It's got some other things at the bottom. This was leftover piece from when I cut out some of the centerpieces. So they're just like little flowers, almost like little daisies. And then I just have it going all the way across. I added little pearls to each of the centers. I used a lot of pearls in this printed tray as well. You will see that in just a sec. And then over here I've just got a little flower cluster that I accented with those little pips. These are like in that pearl color. So I've got a lot of those. I've got some pink flowers in the corners. And all my flowers, I did top them off with a little bit of Snow Tex. I wanted to shabby them up a little bit, and it helps to tone down the color so that they're not so bright, and I really do like doing that. And then I've got this really pretty little bird. I picked it up at Tuesday Morning. I don't even remember what brand or anything, but it's really cute. So I have him there, and he's like in flight. Then I've got this really cute little bird cage, and that's a little piece from the dollar bin, I think, from Michael's. I do have a little bit of chain hanging there. I used one of the little Tim Holtz screw eyes to have a little bird cage hanging, and I actually need to push it in a little bit more, but for now it's okay. And then I have a little chain kind of going, I guess, dangling, and then going inside the flower cluster, and then coming out the other end. So there you go. And all the metal pieces that I used are in that antique gold color, and of course, to make them a little bit more shabby, I did dab a little bit of snow text on top of that as well. You guys, I think, are able to see that, but really, really cute little compartment, and really like the look of the little pearls tucked into the flower cluster. I think it's really cute. Okay, so for the second compartment here, same thing. After I adhered all my papers down, I went ahead and used 2 different trims. I've got a little small piece of lace back there, and on top of that, a small piece of braided trim. Then I've got a little flower that I colored in the corner. I've got a pink bauble for my stash, and then one of the cute little vials, the little Tim Holtz vials. And what I did is I filled it with sand, and it was just regular white sand that I had picked up at the Dollar Tree, but I did color it with, you know, the same mixture that I used for my green flowers here. And it's basically a combination of maiden hair, fern green, something like that, and T-bird turquoise. And then I diluted it with water to give it that really pretty turquoise color. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. So once I'd colored my sand, I made sure it was nice and dry before I put it inside the little vial. Really cute. And then I've got 2 little Chit Chat stickers that I inked, well, not inked, but dabbed some of that snow text on them on the edges. And then I've got some foam tape to give it dimension. So I really like that compartment. It just says together forever. Really cute. This one here, same thing, you know, the papers from the Something Blue collection. And I used my new Tim Holtz Frameworks die. And I used some chipboard first, and then I die cut some pieces from the paper that I adhered onto the chipboard. And then I just layered them in there. I just wanted like a random look. And then I've got tons of flowers, as you can see, lots of little pearls coming in and out from the flower cluster. And then I've got these little Scrabble tiles, and they spell out I do. And the Scrabble tiles, I've got some foam tape on some of them, and then on some of them they're on top of the little chipboard pieces, just for more dimension. And they've got snow text on all the edges. Then I've got these 2 little butterflies from Martha Stewart Punch that I've got, you know, one on top of the Scrabble tile, and then one just in the background. Really, really cute. Very simple compartment, but it's got a lot of cute little details, you know. This one is a picture of my wedding. This is right after the ceremony as we were walking down, I guess, the aisle or whatever. And I hate that dress, you guys. I look back at my pictures, and it has some ruching like at the waist. And in this particular picture, I kind of look like I'm pregnant, but I'm not. I assure you, I was not pregnant on my wedding day. But, yeah, it's just kind of funny. But anyway, and it's a sweet picture. I like it. But I added the little Prima wooden frame to basically add more, I guess, to accent, you know, us walking down. And what I did, I left it a natural color, but I did ink the edges with some vintage photo. And I did dab some snow text on the frame. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but it's on there. And then in the corner, I've just got a cute little flower for my stash that I colored using that, you know, color combination to get that really pretty turquoise color. I'm not even sure if that's what you would call a turquoise. It's more like a mint green, isn't it? It's really pretty, though. Very soft, very shabby. And then over here, this compartment, I've got a key. And this is just a little metal key for my stash. Again, I've got some snow text on top of that. A little flower right on the top of that. And then for the corner, I just use these little mementa. It's almost like a little flowery vine flourish. It's really pretty. And again, I dab some snow text on that. Then I've got a flower just on top of that. Very, very simple. But it's a cute little way to accent that corner. And then let's see. Let me move this real quick. This is in my way. Alright. You might hear some noise. Don't worry about it. It's just something falling, but nothing. Okay, so then over here, these 2 little compartments and that very itty bitty small one, I just have 2 little game pieces. And I did color them up. I colored them first white, and then I inked them up with, oh gosh, I can't remember the little spray that I used, but I used a little paintbrush to color it. And it still looks red I don't know why it's picking up red on the camera, but it's actually a shabby pink. It's like a light pink color. And of course it's the 4 and the 23. That's my anniversary, April 23rd. So that's really simple in there. And I've got a little Martha Stewart butterfly. This compartment here is really cute. I think it's one of my favorites. I've got a strip of paper that I punched both edges out with the Martha Stewart punch, and then in the middle I added a strip of that little braided trim. It's just a little white braided trim. I created a flower cluster in the corner. I've got some flowers that I colored up myself, got some little pearl pieces from that spray. And I've got this beautiful heart, you guys. I picked up this heart, I believe, on eBay. And it's a gorgeous, antique gold. And what I did to it, I dabbed some snow text on it. You will be able to see that. But it's got like these little areas where you can put in pearls or rhinestones, and that's what I did. I filled in the little holes with pearls, itty bitty pearls, and I used glossy accents to adhere them on there, and they're so cute. And of course, this is my heart, you guys, and that's why I have the little chit chat sticker right here, and it says his, because my heart is now his. It belongs to my husband. He's the only person that the only man that I have ever loved that I would even give my heart to. So that's why this compartment's a little special. But so now my heart is his, and got that on there, really cute. And moving on, let's see. And this compartment right here was pretty simple. I just wanted a nice, cute little banner. And I created the banner, but I wanted the banner to stand out, not be tucked inside the compartment. I wanted it on the outside. And so I knew that I had to create, I couldn't use string, because of course the string wasn't going to allow the banner to stand, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So I used a piece of wire, and you can probably see just a little bit right there in that corner. It's a piece of electrical wire, and it's very thin, pliable, and I really like using it in my projects if I want something to stand upright. And I just kind of hot glued it to, one end to the other. And then what I did is I added 2 little pearls to cover the hot glue mess, of course. I mean, not 2 pearls, but 2 little flowers. And then I created my banner using the little Spellbinders banner dies. And I layered a sticker on top of that. And these little stickers are by Prima. They're from an older collection. I think it's a Printery collection. And they're just the little alpha stickers. I've got some foam tape underneath them. And then they just spell out the word dream. Because my wedding was really a dream. I'm not one of those girls that always, pictured my wedding. I never really thought I'd ever get married, to be honest. It wasn't something in my agenda, you know what I mean? So everything just kind of sort of happened on its own, and it was a dream. It was beautiful. My husband spared no expense, and he made my wedding an absolute dream. Not anything that I would ever, even conceive in my mind, but it was such a beautiful day, and so that's why that's there. It's, a dream come true, I guess. And then in the middle of each of the, in between each of the little pennants, I added a little flower. And that's just the trim cut up. And again, I added little pearls to the center just to accent it a little bit more. So really cute banner, you guys. Very cute. And then this little compartment over here, same thing. A lot of flowers, a lot of little pearl pip thingies. In the background, I used the leftover pieces from that... what was it called? The frameworks die that I used in the compartment before that, or above that one up there. It's the little inserts, and I adhered little pieces of pattern paper on top of that I had also die cut using the frameworks die. And so I sanded the edges down to reveal some of the white paper. I really like that. And then I've got the little light bulb, and it says us. And then on the metal part, I did add some snow text to accent the metal piece. So, very small little compartment, really cute. This one over here, I've just got a little piece of a paper doily behind it, the big R, and the R is just one of those little wooden letters you get at Michael's. And what I did is I covered it with the paper. I sanded all the edges down to reveal some of that white, and then I accented with the snow text. I added 3 little pearls on one side, and then a cute little punched out Martha Stewart butterfly on the other. And of course the R is for Russell. I did take my husband's name. It was very important to him that I have his name, and even though that's something I had never considered, but I did take his name, and I'm very happy that I did, because he's such a wonderful, wonderful man. So I'm glad to be a Russell. So that's the R. And let's see, let's move down here. And this is a picture of our first wedding dance. And, well, our first dance. And it's a little dark, so I'm not sure if maybe if I go down a little bit, you guys could see it. But just look at that big old grin on my face. I was so happy. Such a beautiful, beautiful day. And I didn't really want to do anything to the compartments that had pictures, so I pretty much left them just with the picture. I did accent like the edge a little bit here. And all I did is I added one of the little Prima wooden feathers. I inked it with vintage photo, and I did dab snow text on it. Then I've got a little pearl flourish, and then I've got a little flower cluster down at the bottom. Just with some of the, same type of flowers that I've been using throughout the printer's tray. So I love that picture. It's so sweet. And I just love the song that was playing. It was Adore by Prince, which is one of our favorite songs. And it's such a beautiful romantic song. Every time it comes on, I get all, mushy. But, so, love that picture. And then for the center picture, this is us kissing and being silly. People were like hitting their glasses, and every time they hit their glass, we were supposed to kiss. And this is like probably like the 100th kiss, so it's kind of funny. But I like to be goofy, so sometimes I add, silly things. But I love that picture too. And all I did is I just framed it with the little Prima resin pieces. These are those little pillars, and unfortunately one broke. I'm sure you guys are able to see a little bit of it there. I tried to fix it as much as I could, but it's kind of hard to hide, but it's okay. And that's basically it for the center. I just wanted to frame it with the two pillars. I thought that was really pretty because I had, these really beautiful pillars at my ceremony, and they just reminded me of that, so I used that. And then moving on, over here I've just got this little wooden clock, and I believe this one's from Sawcrafter's shop. And all I did is I inked it with vintage photo again. I did have a little bit of snow text on it. I didn't want to do a whole lot to my wooden pieces because I love the natural look of the wood. So just with a few little touches of some ink and a few little dabs of snow text, that's all it really needs. I did, however, cut out a circle of pattern paper, and I placed it behind the clock so that it would kind of show through the openings there. So you can see that a little bit. It's a little bird. And then in the center of the hands, I added just a little pearl. Up there, I've got some flowers and some more little pearls poking out. I've got some more flowers down here. And then I've got a chain. And I wanted to do something funny. I wanted to buy a ball and chain. I thought that would be hilarious to put on here. But I couldn't find anything. So I just have a chain, because, I'm the ball and chain, so, But I've just got, a little piece of chain that kind of comes in and out. And it goes inside the little flower cluster and then comes right back out. It is dabbed with some snow text again to tone down the metal look of it. And that's it for that compartment. Down here, these are pretty simple, the two little ones. I've got one here where I took a piece, this is just a little doily die cut, and it's just a little itty bitty piece. I used the pattern paper to cut it, and then I adhered it to the back. And then I've got this really pretty glittery dove that you can find in the wedding section at, Michael's or Joann's. I've got a little flower in the corner. I've got these cute little clothespins. I believe they're by a little yellow bicycle or something like that. And this particular one says always, because he has my heart always. I'll always love him. And again, it is dabbed with some snow text. I've got a little Martha Stewart butterfly just on the, the end of it. And that was it for that little compartment. Just really simple. And this one, I used one of my favorite cameos. It's by Webster's Pages. And I just really love the lady because, she's holding out her dress and she's just happy. And that's how I felt on my wedding day. So, and the pink coordinated well with the paper. So I added that on there. Behind the cameo, you can see just a piece of lace. And then I also have a little Martha Stewart butterfly right in the corner. I'm not sure you can even see that because it's a little dark. But I just punched it out of like scraps of the pattern paper. And then down here, I just got a little flower cluster again. I've got my pink flower, my little mint green, and then this one in the middle. It looks yellow, but it's actually like more like a beige. It's the clam bake beige color. And then I've got some little pearls kind of poking in and out. And the next compartment here, again, this one's really pretty. I had to use this beautiful quote, and it says, "Every love story is great, but ours is my favorite." And it's actually a rub-on from Kaisercraft from the On Stay collection. I just took a Spellbinders die and I cut out that frame. And then I rubbed on the sentiment on top of that. I really thought it was really beautiful, and I wanted to put it right underneath, you know, our main picture. And then behind it, I'm sure, I don't know, you guys can see some lace, and it goes all the way across. It's a really pretty piece of lace. Of course, most of it got covered up. Then I've got some flowers in the corner with some pearls. I've got some flowers over here. And then on each of the corners of the die cut piece, I added just little itty bitty pearls for my stash. And then you can see some snow text on it as well. Just wanted more of that snow text look. It gives a really shabby look. And then let's move on over here. This one was very simple. It's just 2 small strips. I punched one of the edges with, I think it's an EK Success punch. It's like a little fan shape I really like. It's really cute. And I did accent it with some little pearls. In the middle, I've got one of those little locks, and I believe, yeah, it is a lock, I guess. It's by Spare Parts. Keyhole. It's a keyhole. It's by Spare Parts, and again, it's in that antique gold, dabbed with snow text. I got some flowers, some little pearls, a little flower down there. Really simple compartment. Over here, I've got a little vial, Tim Holtz vial, and I filled it with pink little pearls, and then I basically put this little pink lace around it, and I colored the lace with the same ink I had used to color some of the small pink flowers, and then I've got a little butterfly right on top. And that color is, the spray is, you know, that Recollections have those sprays that came out like in the springtime. And it was that pink one, and I don't remember the name of it, but they have it at Michael's. Down here, I've got another key, and this is a key. See, one of the keys was for me, and one of the keys is for him. You know, each of us has the key to the other's heart. That's why I have 2 keys. This is the second key, and again, dab with some snow text, just a little flower on top of that. In the corner, I've got the other little memento piece, and again, dabbed it with some snow text, and then I've got a little flower. I wanted it to look like, you know, the vines were coming out from the little flowers, so really cute. This compartment I left really simple as well, because I really like the little bike image. I thought that was cute, and it says just married. And so what I did is I just adhered it on there, and then for the flowers, I hope you guys are able to pick up this beautiful glitter. Let me see. It's just some stickles that I used to dab on all the little flowers. Really, really pretty. Then I've got 2 little butterflies. Got a little flower cluster in the corner with some pearls. And again, all my flowers are dabbed with some snow text to shabby them up a little bit. But very cute. This one was really simple. I wanted to keep the image the way it was. I thought it was pretty. And then over here, I've got a beautiful bird cage. This is a little wood bird cage you can pick up from Michael's, you guys. And again, it's that natural wood color, which I love. But I did dab it with some snow text. I dabbed it with some vintage photo, just to give it a little more interest. I didn't want it too simple. And you can see the cute little bird. Then I've got some little Martha Stewart punched butterflies on the cage as well. In the background, you can see the pattern paper. And then I've got the same framework die that I used on top, but this time I cut it out just using the pattern paper. I wanted a design in the background, so I just adhered it to the background. Then I've got a flower cluster in the corner with some little pearls in and out of the cluster. And then I've got a string of pearls that starts from behind the bird cage, comes out, and I just kind of adhered it with some hot glue and just some random spots. So it looks really pretty. I love pearls. I think they're beautiful. And for weddings, for any project that has weddings, I think they're perfect. So let me see. Over here, this little compartment, I used, oops, sorry about that. That's that tripod falling. I knew it was going to fall eventually. Down here, I've got this little, it's like a little wooden tag. And I think you can get those at Michael's too. They're like a little bag of tags. But I did cover it with the pattern paper. And I sanded all the edges down to reveal some of that white. I hope you can see that. And then again, I used a rub-on right on top. And this one is the definition of love. So it says, love, loved, loving, noun, a profoundly tender passion, affection for another person. And I did definitely want to include that into my printer's tray. So I think that's really pretty. And then I just accent the bottom of the little tag with some little pearls for my stash. And then I've got a pink flower right on top. So very simple compartment, but very cute. I always like to use, little details, even though it's simple. But, just the little pearls and then the little flower. That's all it really needed. And then down here, this was towards the end of the night. Or not the middle of the night. See how it's dark in the background. But It was a beautiful place. The whole building was made out of glass, and it was on top of a hill. So the sunset was just so gorgeous. This is right after the sun had set. And, you know, there was a lot of people toasting us, and so this is us raising our glass, you know, appreciating everybody, you know, that came to our wedding. I mean, look at our table. It's so beautiful. There's so many roses. We had so many roses. I wanted to take everything home, but, you know, I could only take so many, and besides, they were all going to die in a few days, which is what I hate about cutting flowers, but they're so beautiful, you guys. Absolutely gorgeous. And so this is just us, you know, holding up our glasses and appreciating, thanking everyone for coming and everything. So really sweet. And then down here at the bottom, I just have this little wooden piece, and I got this at Michael's, and it says Mr. and Mrs. So perfect way to end the night, right? You know, it's official. So I've got that on there. I adhered it with some hot glue. Again, I left the wood piece pretty much natural, but I did ink all the edges with some vintage photo. I did have some of that snow text on it, just for enough little detail, just a little bit. And that was it. So it was a lot of work. As you can see, a lot of detail went into this printer tray. That's why it wasn't done on time. But like I said, I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. It didn't turn out as masculine, of course, as I would have wanted, since it was a gift for my hubby. But it's still beautiful, and you know, I was glad to use my new papers, because I hate it when I buy stuff and then it takes you guys, well, I think you guys know what I'm talking about, but it'll take you months before you actually use it. So I actually just ordered them, and I used them right away, so I was really proud of myself for not hoarding it. So anyways, guys, that is my printer's tray. I really hope you like it. I'm very happy with the way that it turned out. A lot of work went into this and a lot of love, and it's going to look beautiful on my wall. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. I always get back to you, and I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see y'all real soon. Bye.